Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something that can completely transform the whole vibe of your living space. We are focusing on the complete care guide for an absolute legend in the indoor gardening world, the bamboo palm. Scientifically, it's known as Chamaedorea seifrizii, but really, it's just the ultimate resilient houseplant. Whether you're a seasoned botanist with a house already full of greenery or someone who, somehow struggles to keep even a plastic plant looking alive, this explainer is going to arm you with exactly what you need to know. We're taking all the guesswork out of plant parenthood using clear, structured facts. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll meet the bamboo palm. Second, we're diving into the core complete care guide. Third, potting and propagation steps. Fourth, pests and troubleshooting. And finally, we'll wrap up with styling your bamboo palm. All right, section 1. Meet the bamboo palm, the fuss-free tropical survivor. Plant expert Anastasia Remezlo really hit the nail on the head when she said, it has the elegance of a palm, but the resilience of a true survivor. The perfect choice for filling a corner with life. You see, unlike a lot of those finicky tropical plants that practically demand a custom greenhouse to stay alive, the bamboo palm brings that lush rainforest energy right indoors without all the headache. It actually thrives in those gloomy, neglected spots where other plants would just completely give up. And that brings us to its incredible list of benefits. Basically, this plant's top-tier superpowers. First up, and this is absolutely crucial if you've got a leaf-chewing cat or a curious dog running around, it is completely non-toxic, so it's a totally worry-free choice for pet owners. Second, it's an air-purifying superstar, just quietly working in the background to clean up your indoor air. Third, it has this exceptional tolerance for low light. And fourth, it has a slow to moderate perennial growth rate. That means it can hang out indoors for 10 years or more without suddenly turning into a giant and outgrowing your space. Moving right along to section 2, the core complete care guide. Let's talk about the holy trinity of the plant environment. Okay, so your palm essentially craves 3 very specific things when it comes to its environment. Let's break it down. For soil, you need a well-draining peat-based mix. If you're mixing it up yourself, just go with 1 part potting soil, 1 part peat moss or cocoa coir, and 1 part perlite. That combination gives the roots the absolute perfect balance of moisture retention and aeration. Now for light, they love bright indirect light. An east-facing window is basically perfection. But as we mentioned, they are incredibly adaptable to low light too. The one absolute deal breaker though, direct sun. It's a huge no-go. It will literally scorch those delicate fronds and leave burnt patches. Finally, humidity. Because it's a tropical plant at heart, it loves 50% humidity or higher. If your house gets super dry, especially when those winter heaters are blasting, just mist the leaves or use a pebble tray to keep the tips from getting all crispy. So the most critical point here is this super simple rule of thumb for watering. The top 1 to 2 inch rule. Listen, do not water your plant on some rigid calendar schedule. Instead, literally just stick your finger right into the dirt. Only water your plant when the top 1 to 2 inches of soil feel entirely dry to the touch. In the heat of the summer, sure, that might be weekly. In the winter, it's going to be way less. And when you do water it, soak it completely until water actually runs out the bottom, but never ever let it just sit in a puddle. The cool thing is, if you get the watering wrong, your plant is going to tell you. You just have to know how to listen. If you're overwatering, which, let's be honest, is the most common mistake we all make, your plant will practically cry for help by developing yellowing leaves, usually starting way down at the bottom, and the soil will just feel consistently wet or boggy. On the flip side, if you're underwatering it, the tips of the leaves will turn brown and crispy, and the fronds will start to dramatically droop. See the difference? Yellow and boggy means back off the water. Crispy and drooping, it's thirsty. Section 3, potting and propagation steps. It is time for mastering maintenance. I really want you to lock this number in your head, 2 to 3. That's the number of years you can actually wait between repotting your bamboo palm. Because they're such slow growers, they genuinely prefer to be slightly root bound. You don't have to stress about constantly upgrading them to bigger pots every few months. Really, you only need to take action every 2 to 3 years, ideally in the spring, or when you physically see the roots trying to escape from the bottom drainage holes. And when that time finally comes, repotting is incredibly straightforward. You can minimize the plant's stress just by watering it the day before. When you gently pull it out of its old pot, if the roots are tightly circled up, just give them a really gentle tease apart with your fingers. Next, drop some fresh palm soil into a pot that is only 1 to 2 inches larger than the old one. Going too big is a trap that leads to soggy soil. And remember, a pot with drainage holes is non-negotiable. Place the plant at the exact same depth it was growing at before, fill in those sides, press down gently, and give it a thorough watering. Now, what if you want to make more plants? Well, bamboo palms are propagated by division, and it's easiest to do this while you're already in there repotting in the spring. You simply remove the plant, shake off the soil so you can really get a good look at the root system, and find the natural separations at the base. Carefully tease away a nice clump that has at least 3 to 4 healthy stems and a solid root system attached to it. Plant that brand new division into its very own pot with fresh soil, water it thoroughly, and just keep it consistently moist while it gets established. Honestly, it's that easy to grow your palm family. All right, section 4, pests and troubleshooting. Let's look at some simple fixes for common problems. So even true survivors run into trouble occasionally, but seriously, don't panic. The biggest enemy of the bamboo palm isn't some crazy bug. It's usually just you overwatering it. And that leads to root rot. Root rot is a serious condition caused by consistently soggy soil, where the roots literally begin to suffocate and die off. This is exactly why avoiding standing water in the saucer is so incredibly critical. If you suspect root rot, like if your leaves are turning yellow and the soil just refuses to dry out, you have to act fast. Remove the plant, trim away any black, mushy roots with sterile scissors, and repot it immediately into fresh, well-draining soil. Now, aside from watering issues, there's kind of this unholy trinity of common palm pests you've got to monitor for. First up, spider mites. They absolutely love dry indoor air, and they'll leave this fine webbing and tiny spots all over the fronds. If you spot them, isolate the plant right away and wipe the leaves down with a cloth dipped in rubbing alcohol. Second, mealybugs. These guys look like tiny white cottony masses hiding right where the leaves meet the stem. You're going to want to treat those with insecticidal soap. And finally, scale insects, which are sneaky. They disguise themselves as small, brown oval bumps right on the stems. Coat them thoroughly with neem oil. Honestly, just keep an eye out, wipe your leaves clean once a month to get the dust off, and these pests won't stand a chance. Section 5. Styling your bamboo palm. Time for the aesthetic payoff. Because of its upright, clumping nature, the bamboo palm is ridiculously versatile for styling. You can literally line up a few of them to create this gorgeous, natural living screen to divide an open concept room. Plus, because it grows 4 to 8 feet tall indoors, it works as a magnificent floor plant for softening up those harsh, empty bedroom corners. You could also use it as an entryway accent to give your guests an immediate, calming tropical welcome as soon as they walk in. Or tap into that low light tolerance and make it your air-purifying office companion. Quick pro tip for you. It pairs flawlessly with other low-maintenance, low-light plants like the snake plant or the ZZ plant to create a complete zero-fuss indoor jungle. Well, there you have it. We've covered the ideal soil, the exact lighting, the absolutely crucial watering rules, plus how to multiply and style your plant. You are officially ready. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Now that you have the complete care guide, which dark corner of your home are you going to bring back to life first? Go out, get your hands a little dirty, and really enjoy your new bamboo palm.